everybody. I'm on that path to wellness again. And tonight, my guest is from the Pueblo of Pojoaque, Kyle Romero. Hey, Kyle, how's it going?
Yeah, hey everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
You bet. I wanted to have you on so we could promote your recovery event. I know we've gone through some changes with all the COVID, rubberoo, whatever we want to call it. But it sounds like you guys have really got two events planned. One on the 24th of September at 1 p.m., which is going to be a virtual event, speakers, artist demos, and hoop dancers, which, of course, is my favorite part. And then the very next day, the 25th, you guys are going to do like a drive-by goodie bag stuff for the kids stuff. So tell me, and by the way, I just want to point out, it's not your first annual, it's not your second annual, it's not your third annual, but it's your fourth annual. So that's impressive. So I bet you've learned from things you've done wrong in the past on these kind of events. These are kind of, you improve every year. So I bet your event's getting pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have a keen eye there. Yes, it's our fourth annual. We're definitely pretty proud to keep doing it after all this time, especially with COVID, just like you were saying. We had to make some changes there just to be, COVID safe and, just to make sure that everybody in the community is safe and, we're not, none of that. So part of those changes was, moving our speakers that we had been talking to this entire time, kind of that we had initially planned for the big event. So moving our speakers, our demo artists, and our hoop dancers to the virtual side, because it was just, I don't know, it was hard to kind of like wanting to have them be in person because, if to have a drive-through kind of event, they just wouldn't be, they wouldn't have a proper audience that, that they deserve. So we thought, okay, well, let's just go virtual because then it can be on the internet forever and anybody can access it. And, yeah.
I must admit, I've been looking at powwow, since we've had the whole COVID shutdown and thing, I've been looking at powwow videos on YouTube because I just miss going to them, And so I think it'll be great to have your hoop dancers, like online forever for people to see, especially people who are not here, that aren't aware of our cultures here and the differences that we all live with. So anyway, so tell me more about your event. So it's 2 days. What's happening on the 25th? Let's talk about that drive-through section.
Yeah, so the 25th, so it starts from 11 to 2. It's at the Post Center parking lot. So if you know where the Post Center is here in Pojoaque, it's kind of by the supermarket or even like Sopapilla factory. So yeah, that's kind of like a nice little landmarks. Yes, so we'll have snow cones for the kids. We'll have cotton candy for the kids. We'll also be giving out little goodie bags that will have little like toys and knickknacks for like stress relieving and just kind of stuff like that. Along in those goodie bags, we'll also have a bunch of brochures of local programs that are kind of centered around behavioral health. So you'll be walking away with plenty of resources for like substance use, domestic violence, mental health, of course. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And we'll also have free lunch. We'll be giving out free lunches. So first come, first serve. So get there early. And we'll also be giving out free t-shirts as well. And also we'll be having like a little show and shine lowrider. So if whoever's out there that, loves lowriders, definitely come check out the event. If you're hungry, we got some free food for you. And we'll also have, some pretty awesome lowriders for you to check out as well. So
that sounds like the hat trick. Free food. Come on, think about it. Free food, lowriders, and free t-shirts. You guys are going to be swamped. Everybody needs to go early. You're right about that, Kyle, for sure. Everybody needs to show up early for that event. Gosh, it sounds like a lot of fun. It really does. What inspired your theme this year?
Well, so the theme from RC and W Recovery Communities of New Mexico was Path to Wellness this year. Our kind of, when it came to our like design of like the t-shirts and sort of the flyer and stuff like that, and just kind of like just our ideas, we kind of were just kept thinking of like ascending, I guess. I guess that's a good word for it, and just sort of like the the past year and a half, the past 2 years even has been kind of like intense for everybody, you know, and like we just haven't been able to get together. We haven't been able to, you know, we really, back in May when we started planning this event, like we were really hoping it to be like a really big thing. You know, we kind of really stressed entertainment and food because we wanted to make it about just bringing people in and just getting, you know, to connect with each other and, you know, discuss their stories and stuff like that. So, you know, we kind of just like really wanted to step above to some extent all of this like craziness with COVID and all this uncertainty and anxiety that's been in the air with just like second wave and then, you know, new variants and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what the winged character is just kind of like stepping above all that for just a moment and just kind of like, you know, getting back to the community and connecting with each other, you know, even though we've had Zoom, you know, that's not always the best way to connect with people.
Right. So. I hear you. In our chat, I want you to put in the address. You can do it after we finish chatting, but the address for people to be able to join the virtual event or like an invitation to that, however that's going, that would be a good idea. And then also, I wanted to ask you, is it, I know you got food, children, you mentioned children. What about cost? Is there going to be any cost for that?
No cost at all. It'll be all free. All free.
Both the virtual event and the drive-by event where all the swag is going to be. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be crowded. People love free stuff. Let's just face it. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, I know you were planning the an in-person event in the beginning, and then you did have to make some changes. And, you know, obviously I told you I was working on the COVID project. So I think, you know, that's the wise thing to do. But one of the things that I really like about y'all's event is your poster. Who inspired your poster? Did you come up with that, or did somebody else draw that?
That is all done from one of my great coworkers, Angel Morphin, who is our outreach manager for the program and also a case manager. Yeah, that's all credit to her. She had a nice little.
Yeah, it's a great looking one. It's a great looking one for sure. So you know, one of the questions we normally ask is, do you need volunteers to help you? But since it's a drive-by situation, do you think you have enough people to be throwing those goodie swag bags into the cars as they go by, or are you going to need some help? Or
well, it's not a drive-by, it's a drive-through. I learned that myself too, because you know, definitely two different things for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely right. Yeah, we are calling for volunteers. So the event will be from 11 to 2, so a little earlier than that to help set up the tables and kind of and also the little tent canopy things, because it'll probably be a hot day. So yes, we are calling for volunteers. I can probably, we have it on our Facebook page, and I can link the thing after our discussion.
Well, I was just noticing in the chat, Militia, the program manager for OPRE, just chimed in, and she said that OPRE will help. So I'm sure that they will be there. That's one of the things I love about Pojoaque and just the that part of the state that it's located in, because it's near Chimayo and it's near Espanola and it's near Santa Fe. And you guys have been, I noticed you've all been going to each other's events. And I think that's really cool, supporting each other in the community. You know, because really we're just trying to bring the whole state up and the whole celebration of recovery. And you guys are doing, y'all are hitting it out of the park there. So way to go.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Yeah, northern New Mexico is pretty, I mean, it's small, but it's, it's a really awesome community to just be a part of and, make all those connections. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate that.
No, I mean, I just think it's cool. And, you know, I've got a lot going on currently, but I've been trying to make some of these events, and I really wanted to go to one that was held earlier in the month, but I had company in town and wasn't able. But you know, I'm gonna try to make it out to the drive-through at Hawaii. I'm glad you corrected me. It would have never have occurred to me. The drive-through at Pojoaque, because I'm into snow cones and free stuff for sure. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, well, thanks for coming on with us tonight. I want to remind our viewers that if they like the OPRE Facebook page, they will get notifications of when we go live, so you can hear about all these celebrations that are taking place all around communities all over the state of New Mexico. And coming next week, I know we've got Albuquerque on board to talk with them, and I want to say Las Cruces as well, but working off the top of my head is never a good idea. But anyway, thanks so much, Kyle. Nice to finally meet you. Great job again on putting together this event. We really appreciate it. The 4th annual recovery event in the Pueblo of Pojoaque. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that.
Yeah, of course. I just want to say thank you to OPRE. Thank you so much for having me on. This has been so cool. And thank you, Holly. It's nice to meet you as well. Yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you all have a good night.
All right. Good night.